So today I want to talk a little bit about evaluation because I know it is people's it's the thing that we know we should do, but the thing that we're skip. It's like that painful thing that you know you ought to do and always ends up being last on the list, and every day you're like, whatever, I'll do it tomorrow. I think there are a lot of reasons. This is something I think about a lot. It's a lot of the work I do with people, and I think there are a lot of reasons people don't evaluate. I think one is time, because we tell ourselves we don't have time to do it. It's going to take a long time. It's time we don't have. I think the second thing we tell ourselves is we don't know how, because we want to do it right. If we're going to get something out of evaluation, we want it to be worthwhile. And then the third thing is that it's just plain well, if I open the lid of that, do I really want to see what's inside of Pandora's box? And so, as a result of maybe all three of those things at once, or any one of them, we just skip it. And I know, because this is what I see with clients, but it's what I do myself. I do this, and I see it happen, and I'm like, God. Here's the thing. Evaluation doesn't have to be like that. It is actually something on the time front that doesn't have to take a lot of time. Usually for me it's less than 15 minutes in a given week. It might be 20, if I'm feeling really ambitious. And if I'm doing it more often than that, it's under 10. But the other thing about it is not only does it take long, but it saves time in the long run, hours of time. Because when you're evaluating regularly, what you get to see is I should be doing more of this and none of that, instead of just doing all of this and all of that. So you're going to spend 10 minutes evaluating and save yourself hours. And it doesn't have to just be work. It can be life, it can be parenting, it can be all the things. But it really does save you time over long term, even just today, because you may not spend the next hour doing those things you actually don't really need to be doing. Wouldn't that be nice? The second thing is it doesn't need to be right. There is no format that's perfect. There's no official way to do this. You ask yourself a couple of questions. That's it. You reflect. This is something, as a teacher, I ask students to do all the time. I ask them to do quick little assessment reflections. And it's also something I did all the time with students. It's something teachers do all the time with students. You ask them questions that cause them to reflect. You ask yourself questions that cause you to reflect. It's the same kind of stuff. It's what's working and what's not. That's it. Doesn't need to be a reinventing of the wheel. It just needs to be simple. So you know how. Really, truly you do. It's easier to tell ourselves we don't. And then here's the third one. The third one is that there's it's like opening the lid on Pandora's box. But actually, what I have found for myself, and what I see with client after client after client and friend after friend that I talk to about this, because I'm the dorky friend that talks to friends about stuff like this, is that you're less afraid because you know what's going on. When you evaluate regularly, you have transparency. It's always knowing how much is in your bank account. You know you're trying this, you're not doing this. You know you tried this and it didn't work, so you don't have to do it again. You know your data. The thing that's really scary in business and in life is when everything's a mystery and you don't know how it's working. The mystery is the scary part. It's on the Scooby-Doo cartoons where they would catch the monster and take off his mask, and it would be old Mr. Ebbers from the farm or whatever. It's not scary anymore once it's not mysterious. So what I know I find in business particularly, is that when I evaluate more regularly, I'm not afraid. Because there's nothing to be afraid of. I know what's happening. And everything else just becomes an experiment. And that's straight magic. So today, take a little tiny bit of time. Or Monday, or tomorrow afternoon. I have clients that evaluate their week every day of the week, or a different day every week, whatever. Take the time though, set your timer on your watch or on your phone for 10 minutes, and then ask yourself two questions. My two questions for today were, what was working this week? What's working this week? What's working right now in my life and in my business? I just made a list of all the things that are working. And if you're not sure something's working, think about why it's working or not. Okay, decide it's on the list. Then write down the second question, which is, how do I do more of that next week? That's it. Here's the best part of these two questions. You know what's going well, because the rest of the stuff doesn't matter. All stuff's going well. And then you know what you're going to do next week, so you already have a plan. Like, what a magical 2 questions. And it doesn't have to take a long time. It's just going to take you 10 minutes. So, go evaluate. Enjoy. Happy weekend. Happy knowing what comes next. And listen, here's the thing. This is my favorite thing to do. I'm a dork. If I can help you use evaluation as fuel to make it a regular part of what you do. This is what I teach people. This is what I do as a coach for clients. I help them evaluate their businesses regularly so that they can grow faster. You get where you're going faster. You have less fear. There's less anxiety. There's less worry. There's less mystery. Like, everything is clearer. What is the magic of that? If that's what you would like, then evaluation is the thing, and that's what I do with people. We evaluate every week, and we use it for good. We really focus on what's working way more than what's not. If that's what you want, send a message, go to my website, which is trophycoaching.com, book a call, let's talk about it. Like 6 months from now, this could just be your normal. And how much nicer would that be to, like, no more mysteries? Anyways, happy Friday. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.